Hello, and welcome to part 2 of Shakespeare Speaking the Speech. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, please click the link below so that you're all caught up. Ready to start? I'm ready to start. You should have your Merchant of Venice handout ready, and we can get started with our warm-ups. Now, just like before, we're going to work on our body warm-ups, our breath, and our vocal warm-ups before we move into text analysis, performance analysis, and finally, performing the text. So, have you got your comfy clothes? Have you got your water? Then let's get started. We're going to stand with our feet shoulder width apart. Make sure that our knees are bouncy, ready to go. And then we're going to do some of these. Shake it all out, warm it all up. And then we're going to do some twists. So your grandparents might be familiar with the twist. That's basically what we're going to do, just a little less controlled. So we're going to twist opposite like this, and we're going to let our body shake out. Let your arms shake out. You can swing your head. You can move it. You can move like this. Basically, this is free. This is free time now for your body. How can you, remember, be careful. You don't want to hurt yourself, but how can you move your body in a way maybe you never have before? Is there a move that you've never done before? A way that you've never moved your body before? What can you find? What can you discover in your body? Once you've done that, we're going to stretch out our feet. So you want to point your foot and swirl and go the other way and swirl. Now remember, each one of these things we want to do for about a minute. That's how we get an effective stretch going, but I've warmed up ahead of time. So now, let's move on to our breath control. Remember, a lot of these movements are all about opening, lengthening, getting our instrument ready to perform. So just like last time, we're going to start with some big deep breaths. We're going to breathe in through our nose, out through our mouth. Remember, we're not breathing up here. That's going to be very tense and tight. You see, you can hear the quality of my voice just speaking like that. We want to breathe from our stomach. Make sure everything's nice and loose. Breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. In through your nose. Now, when you're tensing up, you don't want to pull them in like this. You can hear, this doesn't sound too great. But if you tense them out, then you're keeping this whole chamber open. Now, how does that sound? Pretty good, right? That's what we want to sound like. Now, let's go over some simple vocal exercises to get started. This one is called Whether the Weather is Cold. And this is all about flipping back and forth between different sounds. So we're going to say, whether the weather is cold, or whether the weather is hot. We'll weather the weather no matter the weather, whether we like it or not. So if you notice, we're using two forms of the word weather. One is spelled with an H, W-H, and one isn't. So when there's an H, we want to hear that H, weather. And when there isn't, we don't want to hear it, weather. Let's try it again. Remember, repeat after me. Whether the weather is cold, or whether the weather is hot, we'll weather the weather no matter the weather, whether we like it or not. And remember, we're always hitting those last T's. So would like it, or, not it or it or. So whether the weather is cold, or whether the weather is hot, we'll weather the weather no matter the weather, whether we like it or not. Now that's something you can repeat over and over again. Make sure that you're using your jaw when you're doing those. And make sure you're engaging your lips. When we're doing our tongue twisters, we're talking in a way that we wouldn't normally talk, and even in a way that we wouldn't normally perform. The whole point is to wake all of this up. Blah, 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 blah. Get it all nice and working for you. if you'll actually notice when you step to the side, your lips, what we call trumpet out. They can trumpet out. So if I'm saying, ow, it focuses the sound. So if you can engage your lips, you're actually using them to push the sound even further to the back so that you're filling the whole space with your sound. Now that we're all warmed up, let's go ahead and move on to text analysis. You're going to need your Merchant of Venice handout and a pencil. So our monologue today comes from the Merchant of Venice, Act 4, Scene 1. Most of Shakespeare's plays, but certainly not all, and sometimes it does vary, were written in what's called blank verse. Now we learned in part 1 what iambic pentameter was. Do you remember what iambic pentameter is? Exactly. It's when we have 5 iambs per line, and an iamb is a metrical foot where the first syllable is de-stressed and the second syllable is stressed. Now, blank verse means that we don't have to rhyme. We basically talk like we normally do. It's just that our thoughts are structured in iambic pentameter. And remember, that makes it more easy for us to memorize the text. So let's go through and take a look at how everything is metered out. Now, again, in your handout, we have broken up all the iambs for you. So let's take a look at line 1. The quality of mercy is not strained. It draweth as the gentle rain from heaven. Now, we want to make sure you can pronounce heaven as one syllable, heaven, so that we're going to count that as one. Boop. Upon the place beneath, it is twice blessed. Now we have a period in the middle of the sentence here. Again, there's a big difference between how something is laid out versus how we're playing it. So you wouldn't read it just like we didn't read the sonnet, da-da, 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 da-da. Again, this is a way to structure the text. So we can have a sentence that just ends in the middle of the line. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in, the mightiest it becomes. The throne, Ned, monarch better than his crown. Now you want to go through and notate the rest of these. Okay, so now we've gotten to this line. Should see salvation we do pray for mercy. Now there's an extra syllable there. Now we're at 11. And that same prayer doth teach us all to render. 11 again. The deeds of mercy I have spoke thus much. Now we're back to regular iambic pentameter. So we have these little extra beats here. Now what this is doing is kind of breaking up the speech. We talked about in the Sonnet 18 about the sixth age shifts. This is a similar thing. These extra beats are indicative of what the text is about. If in the course of justice, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the course of justice, none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy. So what Portia, the character who's speaking, is talking about is the fact that justice, which is a very rigid code, doesn't really have a place for mercy, for forgiveness. You know, anytime you do something wrong, if you're seeking pure justice, you're always going to be punished, no matter if it was a mistake or if you've repented or if you've even made amends. Justice demands punishment, but mercy allows forgiveness. So it's this tension between what justice and mercy is that makes the world, it's a problem, it's wrong. So we have in the text, you see reflected this extra syllable that shouldn't be there. It's wrong. It's something that we have to overcome. The text reflects how it's spoken. Now let's finish up. To mitigate the justice of thy plea, which if thou follow this, the strict court of Venice. There you go, there's 6. Must needs give sentence against the merchant there. It's 5 again. So now we've got 6 beats in here. So again, it's hard to contain this plea that Portia is doing for the life of her friend within the iambic pentameter. So we are breaking the rules that we've already set out, like the rule of law. We're asking to overlook the rule of law, to give us mercy, to put mercy before justice. So Shakespeare is putting the lines before the meter that he's already set himself to. He's put himself in a box, and now we're breaking out of that box. Pretty cool, right? So now let's analyze this. Now I've talked a little bit about what's actually going on here, but let's really look at the text. At this point in the play, Portia is actually disguised as a lawyer, and she is advocating on behalf of the Merchant of Venice, the person that the play is named after, who has gotten into a contract with Shylock, who is a Jewish money lender in Venice. Shylock has demanded that if the merchant can't pay a money back that he's loaned him, he will take a pound of flesh from Antonio, and he's going to take it from Antonio's heart, which obviously Antonio probably wouldn't be able to survive. They were able to get the money, which they offer Shylock, and Shylock says, no, I want my pound of flesh. They say, well, we'll double it. We'll give you double the amount. Shylock says, no, this is the law. You signed a contract. There's nothing I can do about it. You failed. I want my pound of flesh. So in a last-ditch effort, Portia makes this speech about mercy. And she explains that mercy's better than justice, better than anything. It transcends all human comprehension. The fact that someone can hurt you, can break the law, can do, terrible things, or even just honest human mistakes. And the fact that we have the strength and the wherewithal within ourselves to, rather than seeking recompense or seeking revenge, or even just blindly following the law, because the law is the most important thing, we're able to overcome all of that and forgive and show mercy. It's a huge thing. It's an incredible thing, even to this day. When somebody hurts you, you want them to hurt. That's human. But if you're able to transcend those feelings and show them mercy, that's human too. So when we're looking at how we're going to play this is, again, in our second circle of presence. Remember, we talked about the 3 circles of presence. Circle 2 is the people around us. So in this case, Portia is talking to Shylock and pleading with him to choose mercy over justice. So that is the action that we're playing. This is a plea, and we are talking to Shylock as if we want him to agree with us. So we're going to try to be as persuasive as we can. We're going to present this evidence as best we can to show how important it is. We want him to agree with us. So there's a lot of action there, a lot of pulling, grasping sort of action to ourselves, because we want his mind to align with us. So now we're going to look at a way that you can play this monologue to give you some ideas of how to play it at home. The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesses him that gives and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throned monarch better than his crown. His scepter shows the force of temporal power, the attribute to awe and majesty, wherein doth the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above this sceptered sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute to God himself. An earthly power doth then show like God's when mercy seasons justice. Therefore, Jew, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the course of justice, none of us should seek salvation. We do pray for mercy. And that same prayer doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy. I have spoke thus much to mitigate the justice of thy plea, which if thou follow, this strict court of Venice must needs give sentence against this merchant there. Well, I hope that gave you some ideas of how to play The Quality of Mercy is Not Strained from The Merchant of Venice, Act 4, Scene 1. This has been part 2 of Shakespeare Speaking the Speech. Remember, if you'd like to show us what you've been working on this week, you can email me at liveconnect@bestbrains.com, with your parents' permission, of course. And you might see yourself be performing on a future video. Remember, if you haven't yet, click the subscribe button down there to get notified of the latest videos from the Best Brains YouTube channel. Next week, remember to come back and see us. We'll have a new video and part 3 of Shakespeare Speaking the Speech. For everybody here at Best Brains, I'm Eleanor. Have a good one.